Today, I'm working on a commissioned pastel portrait, and I wanted to chat a little bit while I'm working about how I want to take my business to France with me. So, while I'm working on this portrait, I'm not going to show you the portrait itself. I'm just going to talk while I'm working on it about what I want, what I'm envisioning for writing my general business plan to take to France with me. I'm not going to show you the portrait because it's in the ugly phase, but also I call that the phase where you're laying down all of the base values and colors. It looks kind of monstrous right now. I also don't want to show it while I'm working on it because I don't want the person who commissioned it to see it too soon. I want them to enjoy it finished and pretty. And then after that, then I'll show segments of the painting process and how I did it, or the pasteling process. I use a method with my pastels, just in case you're interested. I use pastel pencils, but for my base coats, I use what's called pan pastels. Now these will be coming in the container with me because they're expensive, and I don't want to have to replace them. It's pastel just basically put into a cake form. And I use these little tools so that when I'm putting down base colors, I can put them down very quickly and get all of my values and base colors into my pastel first, and then work on the fine details. So I like to get those base values down because value is important to any artist in getting your darks dark enough and your lights light enough. And yes, I'm still practicing on looking at the camera. So I've been thinking a lot about how I'm going to take my business abroad. I don't think I can take my art business with me just painting, just doing art. So just selling my art somewhere. That's not really a viable business option. A lot of artists who have been a long time in France are struggling right now to sell their pieces. So I'm trying to build a business still based around art and creativity, but also helping other women of 45 and older to get back in touch with their creativity. So I have several branches in my business. One is my community on School, SKOOL, called Recreating Your Life for Women 45 Plus. And it's basically about creatively reinventing yourself using journaling techniques and sketch journaling and all of those kinds of things to live your best second act that you can live. If you're interested and you're a woman 45 plus, links down below in the description. But that will be one place where I offer courses to people. The group is free for now, and my first 30 founding members will always have access to the group for free. And after that, I'll have 2 ways for someone to be able to join the group to learn sketching techniques and journaling techniques and just get yourself out of places where you're stuck in your head. So that's one part of my business. I'm not trying to market it right here. I'm just trying to talk about what that part of the business is about. I am a certified coach, but my coaching is more about helping women to use their creativity more to put them back in positions where they want to be in. Doing things for themselves. Within that group, I'm going to offer online courses. I have a weekly journaling club live meetup. I'll have weekly live sketching school meetups. And that's one little part of the business I want to take with me. So I'm building that now. Once I get to France, I want to expand into live, in-person, urban sketching tours, live journaling sketching clubs, and retreats for women who want to reconnect with their creative selves. So those things are all going to be part of the business. But I still want this part as well. I want to take my urban sketching with me as well. And once we're in France, I may be taking you along with me, because once we're in France, I'll be looking for places to sketch, and I'll be walking around and talking to you about where I live and what my daily life is about and how I'm struggling to get paperwork done with bureaucracy and all that stuff. I'll give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So those retreats will involve, we'll be supporting local businesses like small boutique hotels and local restaurants and stuff like that, because people at the retreats are going to be purchasing things. And that's one of the ways I want to give back to my new community, is by helping build whatever local economy I live in. I was thinking about the visa angle, and this isn't as easy as I thought. Talking and doing at the same time is an ADHD no-no. But I'm just kidding, really. So this is light, and this is dark. Okay, so I was thinking about waiting to start developing my business plan for my Professional Libérale visa, because if my husband ends up getting a job with a work visa by working for a company within France, his spouse and children, whoever, but it's just me, I could come on any visa and still do what I wanted to work. However, I've decided that we don't know if he's going to get a work visa or if he's going to be working for an outside company. We just don't know. So I'm going to be applying for my Professional Libérale visa. That is the visa that allows you to be self-employed and living in France, and you have to prove to them that you can make the same amount of income as someone working full-time on minimum wage in France makes, which right now I think is around 25,000 a year or 1,400 euro a month. So rather than waiting to see if he gets a work visa, I'm mapping out my business plan now, and I'm going to go ahead and apply when it's time for the Professional Libérale visa, because I want to make sure that I can run my small business. It's kind of like a micro entrepreneur type of visa, where I mean, other professionals that are bigger entrepreneurs can probably do it too, but I'm self-employed and self-owned, and I'm unlikely to have any employees. In the future, I might, if I'm making enough, if things are going really well and I want to expand, I might end up hiring someone to do the marketing and the back work and the administrative work. But for now, my hands will be all over it, and I'll be responsible for doing it all. It's a big job, but it's fun. It's a fun job. So I want to be able to show them when I write that business plan, and I'm learning how now to write a business plan that the Professional Libérale visa people will want to read or will find appropriate. I want to show them that I'm already building my business online, and make sure that they know I'm already starting to grow my business. My YouTube channel also is part of that. I would like to build my YouTube channel to a place where I can monetize through Google AdSense, and maybe even get a sponsor or two down the road to promote products that I really like or care about, or to do something like that in the future. Or, even get affiliate links to people that I use that I find wonderful for helping us move or stuff like that. Anyway, the honest reality is that none of my YouTube is monetized. My community is still free. I'm not making any money yet there because it's brand new. I'd love to get my France channel to my first 1,000 subscribers. It's well on the way. It's great. In 2 months, in a little over 2 months, I've gotten over 400 subscribers, which is fantastic. Thank you. And as we've said before, it's a lot. Building a business while trying to downsize and declutter and do all of that stuff is crazy town. But it's kind of exciting too. I'm stressed about it. I'm anxious about it. I have to tell myself in my head that I will succeed at it, that it will grow, and cheerlead myself a little bit while that voice of negativity in my head, the negative Nancy in there, tries to say, you'll never make it, you'll be a failure, all of those things. I just have to nip that in the bud and say, you know what? This is the rest of my life. This is what I'm recreating my life to be. And it's going to succeed because I'm going to make sure it succeeds, and I'm going to provide value for the content that I give. Every little piece makes me feel a little step closer to getting to there. And I think what my real breakthrough was deciding to completely get rid of my reselling business. That was a little side hustle I was doing to make enough money when I wasn't making enough on my commissions. That was a turning point for me, and that just happened last week, in the last 2 weeks, something like that. I sold all my inventory off for my reselling business. So now the only things I'll be listing are things that we're trying to sell or get rid of for downsizing, so we can move, because we're not taking any furniture with us. we're not taking, I'll probably take some kitchen things with us because I watched Jeff the Expat's channel with his roommate talking about the regrets that he had about not bringing certain kitchen items with him and how glad he was that he had brought some others. So a lot of those things are going on my list. For example, I'm bringing my measuring cups because I don't want to have to translate all of my recipes into metrics right off the bat. I will eventually. But right off the bat, I'd like to be able to use cups and tablespoons and stuff. My dream is to be able to create a creative life that moves with me. If we live in one place in France and decide we don't really care to stay in that region and want to move to a different place in France, or even if my husband ends up getting a job, say in a neighboring country like Germany or the Netherlands or somewhere, then I'll be able to take my business with me wherever I go. I want to stay in France. I want to keep it in France. I would prefer that because that's always been the dream. I was talking on another video that Albania might be on my list in case France falls through. And my husband said, Albania doesn't appeal to me. It's a place I would be running away from something, not running to something. And I thought, he's got a point. I think Albania is beautiful and I think they are very low cost and I'd be perfectly happy there, but it's not the dream. It's not the place I've always wanted to run to, like France has been. Like I said, my dream is to build a creative life where I can bring it with me, where I can paint, I can teach, I can take people on little urban sketching tours, I can do retreats for women who want to reconnect with their creative selves, and women who are ready to reimagine their midlives in the future. And to be honest, France just feels like the place to do it. What better place to have creative retreats than in one of the most creative capitals of the world? Every town there, down to the smallest village, it seems like, has a museum with art in it. It's just, or galleries. And it's what better place than a place that has castles and buttresses and walls and old Roman ruins and chateaus to take people urban sketching. So that's my plan. That's what I intend to do. And I'm just going to get chatty with you now while I work. And when I'm editing this video, I'll pop up while I'm talking, I'll pop up a few of the paintings that I've done up there. Up there, covering my coffee cup, that kind of thing. Because again, a few people on my channel have asked, well, what's your art? What kind of art do you do? Would you show us some? So I'll pop some of those up while I'm working on my base layers here. And I need to open my photos. So anyway, I'd love to hear from you about if you have a creative bent in your world, if you enjoy creating things, if you like working with art or sketching or journaling, writing, if you enjoy any kind of side passions like that, I'd love to hear about it. And if you are thinking about moving yourself out of the country, I'd love to hear where you'd like to go and what you would like to do, and whether or not you might even be interested in doing something like we're doing, which is to just get to our dreams before retirement. We don't want to wait anymore. We don't want to wait till retirement. We don't know what's down the road or tomorrow. So we want to get started on the dreams today. I work on a paper when I'm doing pastels called Pastel Mat, and it's not like a sandpaper, but it's got the same properties. You can put multiple layers of pastels on it before you fill up the grain, and it makes that scratchy noise. I find that talking and working sets my ADHD focus off, and I'm going to forget what I'm doing. So I'll show you, like I said, several of the paintings that I have done in the past and some of the pastel portraits that I've done in the past. I will be taking a few canvases that I've painted with me though. So I'll show you the one that is, it's called Pushing Back the Darkness, and it's kind of my journey in a nutshell. It's coming out of feeling blah and dull and lifeless and depressed and anxious. menopause and perimenopause will knock the crap out of you sometimes and will help cause anxiety and depression, and so will masking ADHD symptoms all the time. And so I was able to come out of all of that and move into a much better place. And so it's kind of become symbolic to me of my own journey and into recreating my life, and so that I can help encourage other women to go and recreate theirs. And I have a long history in working in mental health and working as a teacher in education, and to be able to combine all of those things is fascinating, and I love it, and I can't wait to bring it with me to France. I'm not starting then. I'm not waiting. I'm starting to build now and gain clientele now, because I'll mostly be coaching and doing retreats for American and other English-speaking women. Anyway, if you like my channel, if you like what you see, I'm going to be posting a few more videos every week. I also have an art channel that I'm going to be boosting back up again and trying to post my art-specific videos over there. But most of the time I'll be spending here with you on this channel and building my listenership, and also building how many videos I have. I'm going to be putting out more videos because I don't want to take 4 years, 5 years to build a body of work enough and a following enough and friends that I've already met through this channel and through their channels. I'm having a great time, and I want to take you on this journey with me. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I would love to get to know you. Say something in the comments if you have an artistic flair, or if you have a dream that you want to go into. You don't have to be a woman to talk about it. That's only my community is the only thing that's just for women. I would love to hear from you and hear your comments, and even your suggestions on what place I should armchair explore next. I've finished with all the places that I've been outside of Italy. I've got a couple more things about Italy, but this is a Moving to France channel, not a Moving to Italy channel. Throw out some suggestions to me about places to explore in future, and the cost of living analyses that I've been doing and comparisons and stuff like that. And let me know if you already live in France. Where do you live? Why do you like it? Do you want to be there? What do you love about it? Or if you have any suggestions on where you think the ideal place to live would be. I do not want to live in the country. I'm done with driving to get anywhere. We will be living in a place that doesn't shut down for the winter, where we can walk out our door and walk to the groceries and the markets and the stuff. Not strip malls either, not suburby places. I want to live in I don't need to be entirely in city center in any of these places, but I want to be able to get to the city center quickly. I want to have green spaces. We want to have places we can walk to sit down for a meal, or parks we can go to with the dog, or to meet friends. So that's the lifestyle that we're now looking for. We're not going to have a car, at least for the first several years. And I don't want to live anymore in a place. My house, I love my house, but you have to drive to go anywhere. We took the dog for a quick walk at lunch today, and it was great and it was enjoyable, but we had to drive 10 minutes to get to the little trail we decided to walk. I would like to be able to take her to a park that's just a few blocks away, or even outside my door, or a riverbank or something where we're not constantly in a vehicle. And I don't want to feel isolated out here anymore, where I have to drive forever and ever just to see friends. So we're definitely looking for a larger, more vibrant town that does not shut down for the winter, where we can actually walk to get anywhere, and that has a train station, because we want to be able to take the train other places. So mark your suggestions in the comments. I'll see you soon.